Hello and welcome back to the Hazy Crawford Stadium here in Port of Spain, Trinidad and Tobago for match number 2 of day 5 here at the Hazy Crawford. Triple header on here today, and we're on leg 2 that sees Guyana and Cayman Islands face off in this Tier 2 Group C clash in the CFU Girls Under 14 Challenge Series. This series is, of course, hosted by the Trinidad and Tobago Football Association, and the internet is powered by Flow. The CFU is collaborating with FIFA for an expanded Challenge Series program. The Challenge Series is designed as a developmental tournament for players, referees, and coordinators. This year's edition includes capacity building workshops, female athlete health education, and a research survey. More than a competition, the Challenge Series is developing athletes, administrators, and communities and enhancing the tournament experience.
Not simply about how many games you win, but more about how many lives you touch. This is why we do it. Because football is life.
Because we know firsthand the power of football can positively change lives.
Because there's nothing else we'd rather do. Because our hearts beat football.
Because there's nothing quite like representing your country.
For the love of the game.
Por el amor.
Pour l'amour.
I'd leave the war.
For the love of the beautiful game.
Looking to put your brand front and center?
Welcome back. And you would be forgiven to think that this is a completely different game that you're witnessing. Before we went for the break, it was bright sunshine. And just like that, we have a deluge at the moment as the players enter the pitch for this CFU Under 14 Challenge Series Girls Tier 2 Group C match. Guyana face off against the Cayman Islands. Match number 40 of this challenge series and the second of a triple header. So stand by for the national anthem of both nations. There we have it. Those were the anthems, and this is the table as it stands. Anguilla leading the way, but they've completed their 4 games. Guyana needing a point, just a point, to top this group. Cayman Islands can play spoiler today in their attempt to finish this tournament on a high. They have been decent but unlucky and find themselves just with 3 points from their 3 games. For the lineups, for Guyana in goal is Job, number 1. They're captained by their midfield anchor, Savannah Simon. Thais Charles, Leandra Hendrito is the centre-back pairing. They have Shaw, number 8, Benjamin, 11, Denobrega, 12, Simon, 13, Hughes, 14, Todd, 15, and Ellis, number 17. For the Cayman Islands, Olivia Anderson has their goalkeeper gloves on. They're captained by Yasmin Elliott. Number 3 is Terrell. Number 4, Reese. 6 is Thomas. 7, Harrison. 10, Lomas. 11, Proud. 14 is Sanchez. 17 is Leon. And 18 is Amaya Misik. Continues to team down here at the East Crawford. Stark contrast to the opening fixture of the day. Presents a completely different challenge than the one that Barbados and French Guyana faced earlier. Top spot at stake here for Guyana. They would certainly want to avoid the toss-up of that best second place team that does earn you a semi-final place. Top spot, of course, in each of the 3 Tier 2 groups earns you a semi-final spot. But the final of those semi-final spots going to the best second-placed team. We're nearing kickoff time here at rainy, hazy Crawford Stadium. Both teams in their changed strips today. Cayman Islands attacking the goal to your right. They're in all blue. And Guyana will be attacking the goal to your left on screen. They are decked out in white and green. Officials for this afternoon's match. Trinidad and Tobago's Cecile Hines is the lady in the middle. She's assisted by Giselle Luzon and Carrie Myers. 4th official is Yehli Abati. Just as time rolls around on kickoff time here, the torrential shower has just faded away into gentle drizzle just for the moment though. And away we go. It's a crucial game for Guyana as they aim to finish top of this group in Tier 2. In their ranks, of course, is their man of the match from yesterday's encounter with Anguilla, Lihanna Benjamin. To the left foot is something that the Cayman Islands defenders will want to nullify. Cayman Islands do possess some potent weapons of their own. And they do play good football and good interchange early on here. That's number 7, for Cayman Islands. Harrison, nippy, and has the ability to get away from her defender. She's another to keep an eye on today, as is their captain. Good start from Cayman Islands. Good, tidy build up. Irene, of course, adding a little bit of a zip onto this outfield here. Here's the Crawford. Charles choosing to keep it safe. Wide is Harrison. She receives now. The first touch into space, but well covered by Todd. For defending. Not enough to avoid the corner though. Short corner routine perhaps in the making here. As Yasmin Elliott gets the return pass, gets it over. Cleared temporarily from Guyana. Recycled. Cayman Islands in and around that Guyana area, but swept away. Right, sure. Back with Cayman Islands down this right flank. Bearing down on goal. It comes wide now to Benjamin. She registers the first shot on goal for Guyana. Easily dealt with by Anderson. Now it's Cayman Islands to come again. And there's a little bit of what we referred to earlier. Ball just skipping through on this now damp surface. It's going to make it very tricky for the defenders and, of course, the goalkeepers. It's going to require a different calibration with passes, especially longer ones. There's a long one there. Dealt with by Charles, though. Goes backward. Captain Elliott pokes it forward. Now into space, edge of the area. Broken up though by the left-footed Charles. Towards Ellis, but she's well marshaled by Reese. Elias trying to get away from her markers this time, but crowded out. 4 in attendance. Sanchez swipes that one out for throw in. So no one really taking control of this game just yet. Maybe Cayman Islands can here now. Down the left side with McHale Lions. Simon holds still progress. Only temporarily though. Benjamin completes the clearance. It's exchanging possession, both teams at the moment. Trying to work it to the outside, but battling away in there is Shaw and earns the free kick. Taken by Charles. Flatten directly down the middle, repelled by Elliott. Hooked out now to Lyons. She's gonna test her pace against Simon. She's clever in her turn and her defending. And manages to keep possession. Into the Nobrega. And Shaw spots the run of Benjamin but can't get it past Reese. Settles now for Sanchez. And Proud. Open up. And I come forward again. Ellis on the end of this. Pulls it up. Try to swivel away from Thomas, but without success. Slip here maybe. Getting in each other's way. Swiped away by Terrell. It spins off to throw in near the corner flag. And up there, that bounce is gonna be very, very tricky. And Anderson had to be vigilant there. Just about had that covered, I think. This now wet surface here at the Easy Crawford Stadium is gonna pose a bit of worry for both defenses. Then back there is Missick. Not allowing Charles time under the ball. Benjamin chases this one. Against Sanchez. Robs her of it. Gets it low cross. Spins out now to Elliott. Into the path of Lyons. She gets away from Simon. After the races, she is. Oh, what a challenge from Simon. Excellent recovery. But she doesn't have in physical stature. She certainly makes up for in heart and bravery. It's not really an attempt from Charles. You can see the ball flying off this wet surface. Something that both goalkeepers must be mindful of. This could spin away into the path of Harrison. Gets in on her favored right foot, chooses the pass. That pass bounces off the boot of Missick and is able to be cleared. Dangerous ball. Ellison almost able to pick off that pass. Played away by the no-nonsense Thais Charles. Another clearance. This time by Charles's central defensive partner, Leandro Henrito. Those two make a solid pairing at the heart of that Guyanese defense. And with Ari Eden left out today for Cayman Islands, it's left to Mystic and Lomas to trouble them today. No trouble with that clearance from Henrito. And again with Proud. Lions in space. But only because she's straight offside. So coming up to quarter of an hour gone. Still goalless. Pretty even thus far as we expected. Takes it inside. Over to the left with Harrison. She's up against Todd. Slides past her. Shaw comes over to help. And they both eventually regain possession. Then give it away in turn to the Cayman Islands. Proud with it now. Spots the run of Missick. In the way once more is Charles. Excellent stepping in there by Reese. And she releases Harrison. Missick to aim at inside. Harrison. Positive first touch. Forces Todd into conceding the corner. Both defenses on top so far. No real save made by either keeper. I don't think Guyana's Chantel Job has had a touch on the ball just yet. She will have to contend with the second corner of the match for the Cayman Islands. See if they could do a little bit better with the short corner routine. Into Elliott. Across. Doesn't beat the first defender. The rain has just held up here at the Hazel Crawford Stadium. Hasn't quite given away to the clear skies we had earlier, but it's nice and overcast. Cooler conditions we had for the first game. That has given rise to good tempo to this one. No team yet stamping their authority. Cayman Islands look to do that here now with Proud, finding that pocket of space once more. Lions in space out wide. She's up against Simon, who once again defends well, but could only concede another corner. Good spell this from Cayman Islands. Both teams, of course, playing their final group match today here in Group C of Tier 2. Cayman Islands without a chance of progressing. Certainly would want to finish their tournament, promising tournament, on a high. Guyana trying to earn that vital point that is needed for them to ensure top spot in the group. They have some defending to do. From this corner from Sanchez, it's low. Squirted away. Only as far as Missick. She goes backward. Play back now to Missick. And Lomas. Finding Harrison. She's also straight in an offside position. Excellent spot by Lomas with the pass, but Harrison too far forward. And the assistant referee on the near side signals that she's indeed offside. Just straying too early. Here's Proud. She's picked up this position really cleverly and poked it through Missick. She squeezed past Charles. In fact, it was Henrito that she got around temporarily, but the recovering challenge took this thing out the shot. And Job gobbles it up. Free kick here now with Charles. Forced away by Proud. Charles back in ahead of Missick. Joe tries to poke it through, but repelled again on the Cayman Islands defense. Good first time pass here now into Benjamin. Haven't seen much of her so far. Trying to wriggle away from Sanchez. Gets it back to Simon. Asking questions of the Cayman Islands defense here now, Guyana. Ellis in attendance, but Elliott effects the clearance. There's that earlier foul. A lot of physicality shown there by Reese. And I keep Ellis at bay. Just like that, the sun's back out at the Hazy Crawford. Still some cloud around. May not be the end of the showers. Both teams here now bathed in that tropical sunshine. Harrison here trying to shine. But Charles over to tidy up. Such a good partnership, Charles and Henrito. Charles, of course, with that powerful left foot. Elliott now for Cayman Islands. You tussle in there. Allowed to play on. Benjamin away here. Not much up in support with her. A little bit of a mix-up on the clearance. Ricochets off of Leon. Or Lions, rather. Again, Ellis just a little bit isolated at the moment. Ellis and Thomas and Reese from the Cayman Islands have marshaled her well. Something may fall here now. The advancing Hughes. But instead, it's Lions. Invited forward. Really good battle developing on this near touchline between Lions of Cayman Islands and the diminutive Simon at left back for Guyana. She combined really well with Benjamin yesterday, that game against Antigua. I've seen a lot of them offensively just yet. Just on 23 minutes, the showers have returned. To cool things down here. Has been simmering. So far, defense is on top and Guyana really having to resign themselves only from some pot shots from distance, like that one from Benjamin. No real danger there to Olivia Anderson's goal. Sanchez has done a really good job on her so far. It's followed by Hughes. Get a throw in deep into opposition territory. First half substitution by Guyana sees them make a goalkeeping change. So Chantal Joe, who's hardly had a kick, to be fair, is now replaced by Liliana Bacchus. Enrito getting to that loose ball first. Flicked over by Elliott and allowed to go out for the corner. Chance here for Guyana to work Anderson in goal. Left-footed, swung inward, dangerously so. Dealt with by Proud. At that near post. Should have a chance to try again. So left foot of Cho once more. Arrowed in at that near post once more, but curls harmlessly out of play. Allows Cayman Islands to build. Misplaced pass though. Not a whole lot for the couple dozen Cayman Island fans to cheer about just yet. Handful of Guyanese in here at the Hazy Crawford to urge their team on to top spot in this Group C, Tier 2 of the 2025 CFU U14 Girls Challenge Series. Both teams really cancelling each other out so far. Maybe it could open up here now. Not a lot of space offered to the Mercurial. Not a lot of space offered to the Mercurial Benjamin. Sanchez has ensured that she's kept very quiet so far. Big influence in their previous game. Scored the penalty that earned them their 3 points against Anguilla yesterday afternoon. Here's Proud. Hooks it into Lions. Not for the first time. Bit of green in front of her to attack. But not for the first time. Charles is across on the cover. So got the last touch. Kept in well by Leon. Hack clear. Only as far as Thomas. Forward again to Sanchez. Not sure if that was an attempt to control or a pass. Allows Guyana to take control. But Charles takes a bit too long about it. Excellent control from Benjamin. Tussled off it from Proud, who's back with it and exchanges passes with our captain, Elliott. Harrison in space on that far side. Lomas gets it to her now. Getting at Todd. Todd equal to the task and comes away with it. Only succeeds at giving it back to Elliott. She'll have to defend again against Harrison. Just can't keep it in. It's cooler conditions, so referee Cecil Hines opting to skip that cooling break. So that takes us to just over 5 minutes left here in regulation time of the first half of this Group C match. Benjamin into Ellis, which really been starved for service. Here she is now, though, trying to combine with Hughes, but broken up. Finally settles here now with, hasn't quite settled, in fact. Or maybe Lions could get on the end of this. Renews her battle with Simon. Simon uses a little frame and gets in there. It's almost like Big Sister has stepped in to sort it out. Henrito with using her body to regain possession. Cries from the Cayman Island bench just for that outstretched arm of Henrito, but Cecil Hines, the referee, deemed it legal. And possession is Cayman Islands, though. Robbed of it is Sanchez. Benjamin early look for Ellis. Good interception by Reese. Simon, miscued clearance. Almost finds Benjamin. Sanchez again winning that duel so far. Could break here now for Cayman Islands. With Elliott. Dances away past Core. Into space, inviting Proud to chase. Substitute keeper Bacchus is sharp off a line. But Sanchez bangs it back that way. Charles in the way. And Todd flicks it around the corner towards Hughes. Or is it Dinobriego on that far side? Try again here now. This is Hughes. And again. It is indeed a shot. It does summarize what Guyana have had to feed off in this first half in an offensive manner. Not much. Maybe that could change here. Benjamin probably spotting Alexander Anderson, pardon me, unprepared, but indeed she was. Almost caught on it. Curry clearance gets to Harrison. She's unable to make headway. Into the final minute of regulation time in this first half of this 2025 CFU U14 Challenge Series Group C game between Guyana and Cayman Islands. Scoreless at the moment. A game where the onus really is on Guyana to earn that crucial point that would ensure their progress to the semi-finals by topping this group. Maybe they can get even more than that. Will Ellis swipes that left boot, but Reese in the way. Huge cheer from the Cayman Islands supporters for that piece of expert defending from Letitia Reese. Just 1 minute left. Either team maybe to get their noses in front in this game. Not from that. There's that excellent recovery from Reese, getting in the way of Ellis's attempted shot on goal. It's Todd trying to shake off the attentions of both Messick and Harrison. Now Henrito only succeeds in banging it into crowd. Sanchez ahead of Benjamin. And Charles away, this time with a right foot. That right foot of Charles is the final act of this first half in this Tier 2 Group C match at the Hazy Crawford Stadium. It's the CFU Girls Under 14 Challenge Series. Absorbing contest, but at halftime, it's how we started. Guyana 0, Cayman Islands 0.
Ready now. Ready now. Ready now. Who kick it down? Who left the train? Caribbean girls, they never give up. Kicking like a champion, girl, rise up from the sunshine shows we light it up. The dreams in our hearts and strength in our
Not simply about how many games you win, but more about how many lives you touch. This is why we do it.
Because football is life.
Because we know firsthand the power football can positively change lives.
Because there's nothing else we'd rather do. Because our hearts beat football.
Because there's nothing quite like representing your country.
For the love of the game.
Por el amor.
Pour l'amour.
I'd leave the war.
For the love of the beautiful game.
Welcome back to the Hazy Crawford Stadium. Yes, indeed, you are back at the Hazy Crawford Stadium. You left in rain, and we are back here in sunshine for this second half of the 2025 CFU Under 14 Girls Challenge Series Group B match, Tier 2 between Cayman Islands and Guyana. It's as you were from the start, 0-0 going into the second half. Guyana is assured of top spots in their group. If they hold on to this result, Cayman Islands cannot progress. But they are definitely intending to cause a bit of an upset here and to finish their tournament with a win. Away we go here in the second half. Guyana in white and green. Cayman Islands attacking the goal to our left. They're in all blue. It's been a cagey sort of match. Seems like both teams are content more with not losing the game rather than really going out to win it. Maybe that can change here. With Proud getting past Simon, cross, clips the trailing leg of Henry. Maybe a positive sign here from Cayman Islands. They're urged on by their supporters who've come out in some numbers here today to witness their final game. And they'll be desperate for a victory. Back in live action here. And it's marshaled again by Reese. She's not had it all her own way today at all. Reese and Thomas have kept her very quiet, but it's in towards her direction. And again, that's Thomas in the way. Foot race here for Harrison to chase. She's invited to chase once more, but it's a little too much on it from Thomas. Couple of changes for Guyana. De Nobrega and Hughes make way for Boyal and Martin as they freshen up things. And Lyons for Cayman Islands gives way to Lara Madden. Charles swipes it away. Simon under pressure from Proud. And sees it through. Start from the Cayman Islands. They were never going to be a pushover in this one. Despite not having a chance of getting past this round. They would want to impress their supporters who've come out today to will them on into a victory on the last game, group game of this Group C in Tier 2. They have a corner. Short corner routine to be employed again. Set up for captain Elliott, but it goes all the way over now to Martin. She's unable to get past Terrell though. Scored for a foul throw. Here's Missick. Simon forward. Ellis. First pass. Reese temporarily pass Thomas, but that gave Reese time enough to get back and the double teamer to effect the clearance. Opens out here now to Lomas. The intended pass cut out. Followed up by Todd. Spins out to Harrison. It's for the give and go. Shaw in the way for Guyana. Fine ball from Elliott. Away goes the substitute Madden, but across the ever-present Charles. Excellent work from her, even when Simon was caught out with that fine ball from Elliott. Charles able to get across quickly, slow her opponent down and regain possession for Guyana. They have it now with Royale. She loses out. Elliott bursting through the middle now. Spins out to Terrell. Now Harrison. Back to Terrell. Patient. Forward now to Lomas. And to Madden. Spins with it. Pirouette. Feeds in now. The marauding winger. First touch is decent. But showed a little bit to it. Too much of it. To goalkeeper Bacchus. And she gets down well to smother the danger. Excellent play. Fine, patient build up. Good 1 and 2 touch passing to open up that move. Harrison is still interested in this, so is Missick. Charles gets it up. Intercepted. The other way now with Cayman Islands. It's Proud and Missick. Back to Proud. Lots of mangled legs in there. And it's Shaw's left foot that finally gets it away. Only as far as Sanchez finds Proud, who switched out to that right-hand side. And this was her effort. Excellent stop, brave stop, diving at the feet of the on-rushing attacker. And that really is a crucial stop. To keep the scores level. Sanchez with the throw in. Have another go at it. This time in for Missick. She loses it to Benjamin. Benjamin again. Last one. Simon rather into Benjamin. She can't control. And Henrito does the cleaning up. Anderson, a little bit late off her line, but got there eventually. Good communication between her and Reese. This is Prow. As mentioned before, she's gone out to that right-hand side and has some success early on here in this half. Can Captain Elliott find her? No, she doesn't. Instead, it's Charles gives it back to Elliott. In the base of that midfield triangle is the substitute Madden. Those bright pink boots. Available out left is Harrison. She's not going to catch that. She'll still make a nuisance of herself, forcing Charles long. And now spins her way to her, but she just can't gather it. So 10 minutes have already elapsed. And it continues to be an absorbing contest, one in which both teams have cancelled out each other. Just that one save of note from Bacchus in goal for Guyana tells you a story of compact defenses collectively and really expert and dogged individual defensive performances. This is a substitution that was suggested earlier. Star striker Ari Eden is about to be introduced. She replaces the tireless Messick. And Lomas is also replaced by Elena Kish. So that's a fresh front two, really, for Cayman Islands. And definitely a warning to Guyana. It's up to Eden now. Here's her first touch. Waiting for support. Here it is in the form of Elliott. Her passing range displayed once more as she sends Proud down that right flank. She is halted though by Charles. And ends a throw in. Here's that throw in. Cleared away and now comes back in the direction of that Guyanese goal with Harrison. Wide here is the substitute Kish. She drifts inside into traffic. Eden attempting to chase. It's a corner for Cayman Islands nonetheless. Captain Elliott jogs over to take. It's always a precarious situation when you just need a draw, as Guyana do in this encounter. Sometimes tricky to tell how you should approach the game. Have to approach this corner routine with some vigilance. as Terrell knocks it goalward. Back out to Thomas. Sanchez in support. Here she is now. Foster Elliott. Harassed by Chor, but now space on the outside for Kish. Cuts back into her right foot. Harrison in traffic. Chor does her job. But Terrell also unable to shoot. And now Chor comes away with it. Ellis waving away in support. Doesn't get to her. And instead, Simon earns a free kick out of Sanchez. Still not a lot in the way of goal mouth action. But it does keep you on the edge of the seat. You just have the feeling that something's got to give. Might be a moment of brilliance, perhaps an error that could open this game up. Might be a function of fatigue as well, as the sun has rejoined us here at the Hazy Crawford Stadium. And at 3 p.m. in the afternoon, that heat is unforgiving. He then holds up well and finds Harrison. She continues her run. Fed in, eaten away. But Bacchus off a line smartly to clear. Excellent spot by the goalkeeper. Guyana's turn now to mount their attack. Ellis holds it up. Looking for support towards Martin. Anderson makes a shout and shows that she's the only keeper on that pitch that is alert to anything that squirts through. You have to make a real save today, Anderson. But all the little tidying up that she has been called upon to do, she's done it quite competently. Head coach there of Guyana, Nicola Argyle, pondering her next move. Should they attempt to just wind the time down, knowing that a draw is good enough, as Gareth Kaur is attempting to do here. No rush to take that throw in. In fact, that's Shamaya Hing in no rush whatsoever. And referee Cecil Hines identifying her ploy and just hurrying up a little bit, but she's the one with the watch, so it's up to her to add on that extra time. In chase again is Harry. Eden. Bacchus again, sharp off our line. That's the danger with Eden now. Her pace in behind. And with 3 games in the legs, 3.5 games, you can say, in the legs of that defensive pair, coupled with the sun that's now beaming down onto the pitch, it's going to be a real test for Henrito and Charles to keep Harry Eden quiet and off the score sheet. Guyana here now, trying to get on the score sheet themselves. It's time broken up. Spins her way to Shaw. Harrison harassing her. She gets that pass towards Benjamin. Thomas in the way. Quarter of an hour left in this one. They reckon if a cooling break were to be taken, it would be now, but doesn't seem like we'll have that. So we play on. Sanchez with his throw inside opposition territory. She invites Proud to chase. Charles away. Charles again. Aiming at Benjamin. Ellis across. But so too is Reese. Breaks to Benjamin. See some space on the outside. Simon flies forward from left back. Maybe a chance to get it in the area. Slips around Sanchez. Sanchez on the recovery though. And a bit of an impetuous shove of frustration really from Simon. Gives away a really unnecessary free kick. Sanchez had nowhere to go. Bit of a bailout there by Simon. But it comes her way once more. So Benjamin to chase. Thomas still some work to do to get it clear. Only as far as Shaw slips by her and gets to Eden though. She's up against 4. Past the first. Does need support though. She waits for it. But misplaces her pass. Thomas doesn't misplace hers though. Neither does Sanchez. Neither does Elliott. And that sets away Harrison. What a superb challenge that is. From substitute Shemaiah Hing. Top challenge. Timed it well. Charles whacks the latest attempt at Cayman Islands attack away. They do have a throw in. And that gives time for Guyana to make a change. Elias is withdrawn. Rodriguez replaces her. Martin, who is herself a substitute. She stays on. In fact, it's Charles to replace by get that for you in a minute. Yeah. Centre back Charles comes out as Trinidad and Tobago also comes out to prepare themselves for what in effect is a consolation game, final tier 1 game in their group. They will of course face Caribbean rivals, eternal rivals, Jamaica in the final game of this triple header here at the Hasely Crawford Stadium. That's action of course in tier 1. Still a bit to be decided here in tier 2 group C. Guyana against Cayman Islands. Still locked at Still looks scoreless. Maybe that could change here. The substitute Rodriguez. And Shaw. Ambitious effort from distance. It's all that either team really has settled for today. Excellent defensive display so far from both teams. Maybe there from Terrell. Just a sign of fatigue. Something that the fresher Martin can take advantage of from this throw-in. Sent it Shaw. She recovers the loose ball. Out to Martin again. Trying to wriggle her way around Terrell. She does. But in support, it's their substitute Kish to concede the corner. Guyana, no doubt, would be looking for that insurance item. Goal here would virtually ensure their progression. A victory here certainly will. At the moment, they're still precariously placed. If indeed Cayman Island gets that go-ahead goal and are able to hold on to it, that would mean lights out for them. So it's nervous times on that Guyanese bench. Maybe those nerves could be alleviated here. If they could conjure up a goal. Swept in. Rodriguez on his second attempt. How good has Sanchez been against Benjamin? Outstanding once more. Corner swung in. Eden at the first post to repel. Chance again here for Benjamin. Zonal formation adopted by Cayman Islands. They're covering that front post area with Eden. Still alive for Guyana though. Marauding run here. Shaw will do the same effort from range. And Anderson. Heart and mouth moment there. As that ball drifted with the help of her palms away from goal. As soon as Shaw got past Elliott, there's one thing on her mind. As that left-footed effort, Anderson just about judging the flight of it. Enough to palm it away for a corner. And Guyana wouldn't be in a big rush to take these set pieces. Substitutes. Adrian walks over to take, and she'll have to retreat to defend here. Henrito. Clashing with Eden there, but they're both going to renew that duel here now. And Henrito still feeling the effects of that collision. Only knock it out for a throw-in. Just over 10 minutes left. Just over 5 minutes left, rather, for either team here to get a winner. A winner would just be consolation, really, for Cayman Islands without chances of progressing beyond this stage. But for Guyana, I would ensure they take top spot in this here Group C in Tier 2. Scores remain the same. They also progress. But if Cayman Islands do manage that, what surely would be the winner this stage, then Guyana will relinquish that top spot. Allowed to continue there. There's not a lot left in this one. Tired legs surely at this point. Both teams into their fourth game. 5 days. That doesn't stop this bat from raging on. Larry made a good run, but can't find the pass there, Kish. She'll have a chance to try again. This time, opts to go backward. With Terrell. Patient from her. Reese. And Thomas. Poked forward. Doesn't find Harrison. And Shaw waves Martin forward. She goes herself though. Head up now, find Rodriguez. Behind Thomas. Rodriguez! Fine save from Anderson. Wonderful play from Cho in the build-up. And the Cayman Islands fans appreciating an expert keeping there from Anderson. For the first time today, the Guyanese got in behind Thomas. Decent first touch. Smacked towards that far corner, but smartly over as the right foot of Olivia Anderson to keep us all level here. Crucial save. May have to make another here. If Rodriguez could get a shot off, she doesn't. And dribbles wide. Guyanese fans also in attendance today. And it'll be a proud moment if they could just really needed to prevent Cayman Islands from scoring in these final 2 minutes to ensure their passage through to the semi-finals. But they're looking for one themselves with Shaw with a left foot from distance once more. Easily fielded by Anderson. Shaw again. Taken down well. Shaw once more. She's really come alive in this game late on. Driving forward. Have a handball there. Guyana need to be careful. A minute and a half left. They can't afford to concede. And Harry Eden in pursuit. Bacchus again needed to be sharp off her line. It's the third time she's done that successfully. Elliott, could she conjure up one last chance for Cayman Islands? It's with Terrell now. Towards Eden. Spins off of Henrito. And pokes wide over the touchline. That means that Sanchez will come forward. But before that, Terrell is replaced for Cayman Islands, and known as Ali Hernandez. To soak up some of the action in this final group game. Still anxious cries from the Cayman Islands supporters, eager for a win to close off their campaign. As we've completed regulation time in the second half. Additional 3 minutes to that. As head coach of Guyana, Nicola Argyle waves her team back in defense. He just needs to avoid defeat here today to qualify to the semi-final stage. And Shaw now doing her defensive chores. She's been absolutely outstanding today on both ends of the pitch. Cleared away. But back it comes with the blue-shirted Cayman Islands. Guyana just need to get that ball as far away as possible from their own goal, and they're doing it here now with with Rodriguez. And they're definitely gonna take their time about this. No rush whatsoever from Adrian Portis through. Shaw again, making herself available as she has all afternoon long. Adrian pokes it up to Rodriguez. She continues her chase, but in vain. Anderson with a swish of her right boot. Only gets it to Shaw, who takes over now. She can shoot with both feet and has a go. We've seen her with the left, now with the right from distance. Always wide. Olivia Anderson. Not troubled by that one. Chance here, maybe final chance. For Proud. 2 up against 3. Ari Eden waits inside. Good cross. Spin! And what an intervention from the substitute, Andrea Adrian. What a crucial stop that was to deny Eden. Inches away. But in the end, Guyana survives. In this CFU Under-14 Challenge Series Group C game. To the summit, they climb Guyana with this point. Defense is on top today. Guyana on top of the group. In the end, full time, it's Guyana 0, Cayman Islands 0. Not a whole lot in the way of goal mouth action today. Started the game off in an absolute deluge. Heavens really opened up and made the surface extremely slippery early on. And every time Ellis attempted, she found Thomas and Reese in the way. This being the best chance for Proud, smothered by Bacchus early on in the second half. It's a difficult day for the offensive units. All defensive strategy, compactness, individual brilliance that dominated the afternoon's proceedings. Shaw tried her best with her left foot, and later on with her right from distance. She was everywhere today. In the end, both teams unable to find an opening and having to settle for what I think overall is a fair result. 0-0 full time. Guyana 0. Cayman Islands 0. Best chance for them. Guyana came 5 minutes from time with Rodriguez to Olivia Anderson. Up to the task. Just on the stroke of full time, a heroic clearance off the toe end of Ari Eden from Andrea Adrian. Just about saved Guyana and ensured that they take their place on the top of Group C in Tier 2 and their place in the semi-finals. We are here with goalkeeper Olivia Anderson, player of the match today. Magical save later on to preserve your clean sheet. What are your thoughts on your performance and your team's performance for the tournament?
I think this tournament I've played the best I've played ever, and I think my team has really done their best that they could have done, and this game was our best performance.
Yeah, fantastic all-round performance. Congratulations to you today on your result and all the best going forward.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Not simply about how many games you win, but more about how many lives you touch. This is why we do it.
Because football is life.
Because we know firsthand the power of football can positively change lives.
Because there's nothing else we'd rather do. Because our hearts beat football.
Because there's nothing quite like representing your country.
For the love of the game.
Por el amor.
Pour l'amour.
I'd leave the war.
For the love of the beautiful game.
Looking to put your brand front and center on the biggest screen in the house? That's where Flow comes in. With dozens of networks and thousands of shows, we can precisely pinpoint your customers based on interest and lifestyle all day, every day. From entertainment, sports, news, and foodies, we have them hooked. Contact one of our sales teams today. Flow, giving you a smarter and affordable way to advertise locally and regionally.